So very quickly, because we're a bit running late, we are having 6 recommendations in total that follow from the research that we have done on the paper. The first one is that we propose to harmonize policies across ECOWAS. Just quickly do this smaller. The objective would be really to create more effective border control measures. Just before I forget it, I mean, all these recommendations are clearly linked to the findings of our papers. I will not repeat the findings, but happy to answer some questions on the linkages later on. So again, the objective of this first recommendation would definitely to create more effective border control measures. And to be more concrete, it would be important to first identify relevant policies that enable the harmonization of such policies across ECOWAS countries. And we would also recommend, as Ine has rightly pointed out, prioritize coastal countries in the region along the Gulf of Guinea to forestall the spread what we have seen of terrorist networks further southward. And then also very important to include efforts to recruit and train customs and immigration personnel and addressing corruption in that sense. The second recommendation that we propose is to reactivate ECOMOG, so the Economic Community of West African States Monitoring Group. Here, the objective would be to enable relevant government actors in ECOWAS countries to implement their mandates and close information gaps that are still existing. So we see it's very important to support counterterrorism missions that are already active across West Africa, such as the multinational joint task force in the Lake Chad Basin, but also the joint force of the G5 Sahel. And here again, we would like to propose to focus on border regions between ECOWAS countries to build regional resilience against the mentioned expansion of terrorist networks in the region. The third recommendation that we would like to put forward is to advance CT policies as well as governance reforms. So the objectives here would be to disincentivize local insurgencies in the long term. And very concretely, that would be something that foreign partner countries should do. So to proactively encourage the merits of democratic governance, but also provide assistance with impartial election monitoring personnel, demonstrating open support for democratically elected governments, and then also enforce punitive deterrent measures, such as, for example, a visa ban against individuals who have been disrupting the electoral processes. The fourth recommendation that we would like to propose is to increase increase the engagement with local stakeholders. And here the objective would be for local stakeholders to be able to assist in propagating counter extremism measures and initiatives. And very concretely, that would be, for example, to liaise with strategic actors to identify people who could be facilitators within the respective constituencies, gain a more nuanced understanding of local grievances, also rebuild trust between the state and citizens, and then also adjust the security architecture in the Sahel and the Lake Chad Basin so that civil society organizations can operate within existing security and development initiatives. The fifth recommendation that we would like to propose is to strengthen African and African-European partnerships on the issue of foreign terrorist fighters. So here the objective would be, for example, to compile a continental database of persons, groups, and entities involved in terrorist acts, including foreign terrorist fighters. And this could be done by, in general, increased intelligence gathering, interagency cooperation, and then also the sharing of information on foreign terrorist fighters among African countries, but also in partnership with European and national agencies in Europe, which have some experience in that matter. We would also like to propose some priority countries. I will not read them out, but we'll share them here on the slides. And then we have a sixth recommendation, which would be, as others have done already, proposed to re-examine the Algiers Accords. So here the objective, one of the objectives would be to reconsider key aspects such as the current focus on northern Mali, and instead add some measures to address increasing Islamist violence, ethnic tensions, and general insecurity in Mali's central regions. It will be important, in our opinion, to increase critical stakeholder buy-in regarding political decentralization and disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration of former combatants, which has started but couldn't be improved already. And also in general to update previous assumptions from the time of the Accords and integrate more recent findings about the actual needs. So that's been a quick run through our recommendations. And I thank you for your attention and looking forward to discussing these with you. Thank you.